Okay, I am live, but I cannot see people's chat. So I'm totally blind. Okay, so that's why I keep saying yo guys, because I can't see the chat on my thing. It is beautiful. This is beautiful, mate. I'll take some few snaps from my little van life vlog. That's there. So I'm hoping this will kick in, and hopefully my comments will come in. So keep using the chat, guys. People who are watching, I can't tell how many people are watching, and I can't see your chat. Hopefully it will just kick in. Asked in the Telegram chat. Here because I'm heading to the having fan issues, so I thought I might as well walk to Twickenham one. It's one of the nearest ones from where I'm parked in Richmond, because there isn't one in Richmond. There isn't a Halfords in Richmond, and I'm basically going to return an item that is malfunctioning. So that's where I'm going. So basically this is a live stream to the Halfords in Twickenham. That's why I'm here. I still say I've got 0 people watching, but I know there's people watching. So see, Twickenham, this area, West London, really is beautiful. Really is a beautiful area. What do they say? The West is the best. So yeah, I thought I'd kill 2 birds with one stone, just do a live stream. Wow. Still 0 people, it says. So I see actual coverage and correct, not political. Those bozos, those jabronis, they're outside wasting their time outside the giant puppet theatre known as Parliament for the bullshittery theatre play of the what is it? The COVID vaccine, blah blah blah, crap, nothing ever gets done thing. And I'm just like, why the fuck are you lot wasting your time outside a building just talking to each other? You want to get things done, guys, you do it through direct action. You do not waste your time with politicians hoping, living on a prayer that they're just going to do the right thing, because we know they're not going to do the right thing. It's totally pointless. Do direct action, direct outreach. You could even count my shows as outreach. That's actually 6. I actually did 6 things last week then, if that's the case. You do it direct, on the street, to the people. You bring it to the people. You don't subcontract out your desires for freedom by relying on people who are against freedom. You're hoping that the people who are against freedom, who are responsible for passing all of these laws, including Andrew Bridgen, might add, right, is going to do the right thing. And keep it in mind, even if he has, let's just say he has changed, say he realised, he wakes up, he sees it now, he is one man. Still has to get 326 people on his side. Ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It is theatre. It is pointless. And because a petition has been passed, I think it was done possibly by Anthony Webber. Possibly. I can assume every petition now in this country is just Anthony Webber's. So what? What they do is they have a little committee room, and then that one out in, they sit down and they watch essentially a theatre play being played out in front of them. It's basically their form of entertainment. It is pointless. I will not go to those things. Right, where the hell am I going? You know what, guys, I don't think I should have crossed that bridge. Let's just go anyway. Still saying I got 0 people. Right, great. And this week, just so you know, guys, this is sort of breaking news, just so you know. We're not, unfortunately, on Saturday, we're still going to have our rally, like Stop the War rally. Or not, not a penny more, not our war, I should say, not Stop the War. That's a controlled op thing, but not our war, not a penny more to the Zelensky regime. Hopefully you guys can direct me as well, because Lisa Sargent is always with me via Google Maps. Yeah, look at that friendly dog. There's a man here dancing. That's cool. Okay. When people say it's in the trees have it. The trees have the 5G. They've been injected with MMRA jabs that contain it. And now the trees have it. So yeah, so I don't know if people have been listening to me. I don't know how much you heard that, but I see those 2 jabronis, Jim and Soros, are outside Parliament, wasting their fucking time. Well, I know they're not wasting their time, they're just there to get views, I know that. Wow, that's pretty cool, look, they've got a swing. Got a rope swing. So I thought, I'm here just to, so those guys are wasting their time outside Parliament to watch a theatre play go on in a debating room about the vaccine or whatever it is. But basically, if people don't know, I'm doing this stream because I'm on my way to Halford because I got a van issue and I need to exchange some equipment because it's defective. So I thought I'd make my way to sunny Twickenham. See, the west is the best, guys, for real. You go from East Ham, and then I'm in the west. It's like moving on up, moving on up, moving on up. But yeah, I'm parked in a random road in Richmond, but I thought I'd just walk here and do a live stream at the same time because I know it's a really pretty area. Yeah, oi, Andy Red Volvo, yeah, well done. Yeah, get through and actually see some good scenery. So, if people can direct me to the Halfords, I really don't know Twickenham that well. If I've been once, that's about it. I got that really nice houseboat. That's pretty cool. That big old houseboat. Yeah, so it probably won't be a long stream. Eel Pie Island? What's that? What's that, Lisa Sargent? Sean is oh my god, I think maybe change that, Lisa. That sounds so corny. Sean is a freelance reporter and relies on your donations. That is somewhat true, but it just makes me seem like a right pretentious CUNT. What's this? I couldn't see the video you sent me, girl. Oh, what's that? Oh, Lisa. Is that where you are? What? Where am I? I'm in Twickenham. I'm in West London, baby. The West is the best. I mean, there was a hippie guy there dancing in the park there by himself. I mean, you know, and he wasn't even high or anything. You won't get that in South East London. You won't get that in East Ham. You could get someone stabbed up for it. Hello, Fat Sammy. Pink, or as you're actually called, Pink Salmon. That should be your name, mate, not Fat Sammy Slice. I don't know what the hell that's about, but you need to be called Pink Salmon. And you know why. So yeah, I'm back on. So like I was saying, guys, if people missed that, it was buffering. So obviously Tuesday I got my show tomorrow, and then hang on a minute, what's down here? Let's go down here. I've got my show tomorrow from 12 noon, 2 p.m. And then Wednesday I'll be outside Parliament with David Clues and co. for a banner drop. I don't know what the banner says. Probably says Sean is awesome. Picture of me of an 8-pack or something like that. Who knows what it says. So obviously it will say something like, you know, against the military industrial complex, something like that, against wars, etc. So we'll be doing that. A few speeches, whatnot, and whatever. And then on Thursday I'll have my show again. I won't have a show on Wednesday. Gold Eagle will cover me on Wednesday. So I'll just be doing 2 shows this week, if not, or unless I'm going to cover someone during the weekend. I don't know, whatever. Probably just 2 shows this weekend, yeah. Tuesday and Thursday, doing my show then. I'll have David Clues on the show on Thursday, just to the final sort of shout out for the US Embassy on Friday then, the next day. Friday at 12 noon. Giving speeches outside the US Embassy. And then Saturday, and then Friday evening is at Baker Street. All the UNN team and all the supporters will be going there, Baker Street, Wetherspoons, for the Friday night freedom meetup that they have every week there. So we might as well piggyback on that. And then Saturday, now this is where it's changed. I've just got word, just before I went live, that we're no longer having the Not Our War rally, not a penny more to the Snitsky regime. We're not having it at Trafalgar Square now, because there is a big Sikh festival going on. So what I've heard is that now we're going to have it outside the Ministry of Defence, which is, if you can remember, legal reason we cannot be at the MOD for whatever bullshittery. I don't think we'll care anyway, but well, if for whatever reason, if we don't, wow, these ships are gone. Hang on, ones of those luxury ships, and how it's like these tankers, at least at the moment. That's the current. That could change again, because it's only just been announced now. We're just thinking outside the box, because obviously we don't want to go to Parliament Square again, because XR will be occupying it. Although that would be funny though. Obviously Leicester Square and Piccadilly Circus would just be too busy, tourists everywhere, just not applicable. So there, it's either that or even possibly Cottage Green I've put out opposite the House of Lords. So we've got some things to play around with, but at the moment it's the MOD, it's the Ministry of Defence. So yeah, That's what we're going to do. So get the word out, guys, okay? It is pretty there, Jeanette. It is. It is. Although these tankards aren't exactly beautiful, though. That looks like a nice pub over there. Let's see. Let's go walk towards that pub. Let me just get a little snappy snap on my other phone. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Father and child bonding. Just don't fall over. Just don't capsize. I just know that bloke said, "Yeah, don't tell your mum now. Don't tell your mum that I've took you out on this. Okay, it's just be our little secret." His name is Martin, a friend of Tracy from Little Boats. What? You actually know that person, or is that just a joke? Let's just go to this. Let's go down here. You know what? I think I recognise this. Funny enough, Jeanette. I actually know where we are. Remember they had all those Ukraine flags out down that high street? The guy filming down Dover, Sean. What? Now? Oh, a Dover boat? Oh, I don't know about that, man. Ooh. I think this is the pub, eh? Yeah. I think I've actually passed the point where I meant to take a left, but I'm just interested to see what's down there. As I've got the live stream as well. The place closes at, Halford closes at 8 PM, so I've got a little bit of time to play with. Yeah, is actual coverage and correct, not political, still live? Can people find that out for me? They are. They're talking bollocks. Well, I think that's already I think we all know the answer to that. They're just standing outside Parliament. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think that they're going to come out and then? Oh look, I think this swan's about to fight this goose over it. Look at this. It's like a Pokemon battle going on over it. Go, use wing attack. Oh, what's this? So I got break. Hang on a minute. Let me see. Someone just sent me a message. Yeah, it will be outside the Ministry of Defence. Yeah, so on Saturday now, which is actually which is probably actually even a better place to have the rally. Really, stop the war. You know, I keep saying stop the war. It's not stop the war. It's not our war. Stop the war is like some controlled ops state bullshit. That makes it look like that there's some kind of functioning democracy going on in this country. cabaret. What do they say? Life's a cabaret. So yeah, I think that's actually worked out better, to be honest with you. It's actually really nice greenery at that Ministry of Defence. If people know what I'm talking about. It's actually the perfect place to have. I'm not joking, it's actually worked out better. Look, there's an LTN over here. You see it? Yes. I can't take it, you know what? I might just continue walking down there. What time is it? Yeah, 6:30. So I've still got an hour and a half. Okay. Where should I go, guys? Should I go down? Should I keep following down? For sure? I think I should. Yeah, C40. Now, does that mean the C40, as in C40, the thing that the Mayor of London sits on, which is about all of these LTNs and stuff like that? Or is that just a coincidence marking on the road for cycle lane 40 or something like that? What do you think, guys? Turn right to get to the end of the river part. Okay. Yeah, I'll go down to the shore end. And then I've got to make my way to Halfords in the town, in the city hall, city centre, or where the hell it is, town centre. Very nice, very nice. There's that church. I'll go through there in a minute. I don't know if I can go. I'm not 100% sure why. If this is just a dead end. I'm not wearing my. You know what? I wear my walking boots normally everywhere, yeah. But today I thought, oh, I'll just get into my trainers. And these are really thin kind of trainers, thin soles and everything. I can feel every single stone I'm walking on. This swan. You know what's funny about swans, yeah? So these are mute swans, but they got like cousins, or like they've got other sort of. There's two other kind of swans that are quite popular in North America. So this is a mute swan because it doesn't really talk. You know, it doesn't really make any sounds. It's very faint sounds. It goes like and all that stuff, yeah. But then it's like its cousin, which is also a giant white bird like this, yeah. It's called a trumpeter swan, and it literally never stops talking. and it sounds just like a trumpet. That's why it's called a trumpeter swan. Like it actually sounds like a trumpet. So isn't that weird? You've got two types of swans. One is a mute swan that barely ever talks. Right up here, coming towards me. Yeah? That's coming, and then you've got trumpeter swans. What? And then you've got trumpeter swans, which are like the loudest, and they're really friendly. See, mute swans aren't friendly; they're usually quite aggressive. But yet, trumpeter swans are like super friendly and really loud. And these guys are kind of vicious, and they never say anything. So how the fuck can that happen? How can the same kind of animal, there can be totally polar opposite ones in personality and everything? Yeah, I don't have any food, unfortunately. I didn't think I'd be coming down to the boondocks. I think this is a dead end anyway. Yeah, look. I think there's nowhere else to go. Yeah, I would have fed it, but obviously I've got nothing on me. Yeah, there's always the quiet ones. That's mad, isn't it, though? Like, so you type in trumpeter swans, yeah, they're the most friendliest ones, and they literally sound like the most loudest things, like trumpets. And then you get, like, the arsehole cousins. Fortunately, you don't get any trumpeter swans around there. They're mostly in North America, like Canada and stuff. And there's another one as well. I can't remember what it's called, but you can tell by the beaks that they have. They're slightly different beaks that they have. Maybe that's where he lives. Maybe that swan lives here. You think the swan lives here? This is his house? He's just gone for a swim though. That's where he lives. True story. He's got a better house than me. I live in a van. Wait a minute, what's down there? Does that lead anywhere? There's a woman coming through it. We'll go down there, see what's down there. Let's have some drinks by the river, why not? Yeah, it's just like wrapping me around. It's a nice cemetery there, look at that. I like it when it's all like goes all like overgrown. So I went down Broccoli Cemetery the other day. That's a really beautiful cemetery, that is. This is pretty nice as well. Let's go through it. Get the lead off the roof. Save the environment. What? Get the what? Get the lead off the roof. What does that mean? Confused. Send them to the cemetery. What? The hell are you talking about? Oh. 1 second. Do you ever think that like the whole, do you know like some obviously people like put money away for like their funeral costs and everything like that, but do you ever think like it's just a giant con. Because I've got this thing where once I die, I couldn't really give a shit where they bury me. Like, I'm just not going to leave any funeral plans. Do you know what I mean? Like, what are they going to do? What, not bury me or not cremate me? Like, what, they're just going to leave a dead body out in the... It's a con, isn't it? Because look at this, yeah? So all of these people, at one point, obviously paid, or their family paid, to put them in the ground here. But to the point that the graves, you can't even read, like, they're gone. You can't read any of this stuff. It's just such an old grave. It's been exposed to the weather that you can't even know, you don't even know he's even buried here. It's been lost to time, right? And it's all over, you know, it's all, look at, like, it's all overgrown, yeah? And you just know as well that, say, like, in 1,000 years' time, you're going to get some Tony Robinson sort of gimp, yeah, that's going to bury you up, yeah, and go, oh my God, there was a graveyard here once. And then your body's just going to be put in a museum. So what's the point? You're going to be dug up eventually anyway by some arsehole archaeologist in 1,000 years' time. Do people ever think about that? Like, why do people put money away for a funeral? Like, your grave is just going to become unreadable. It's going to be untamed because because let's be honest, guys, people, when it comes to family, you only know your mother and father and your grandmother and your grandfather. That's it. You don't really consider the next leap after that. Maybe at most a great-grandmother and great-grandfather. But after that, there is no more family. Let's be honest, yeah? We only live for a relative. So, for example, I don't know who the hell my great-grandfather or great-great or great-great-great-grandfather is. He could be buried right here. He could be buried right here and I wouldn't even know, yeah? Right? Because he just gets lost to time, yeah? Right? So, it's a con, isn't it? Like the whole thing is like being buried is a con. You see what I mean? I'll just go, no, I'm not leaving any money. Well, we got to do both. I don't give a shit. Throw me in a river for all I care. Throw me in the woods. Throw me in the woods and let my body decay into the soil, or be given as nutrition to animals. Like, I don't care. My soul's gone, isn't it? It's moved on. It's a con, isn't it? Like, you're putting your money, you're just where it could be given to your offspring, yeah, or given to causes that you like. But instead, you're dead. You're put into a ground for a stone that will eventually just wear away through time. It just will. It doesn't matter how. Oh no, we'll keep it intact. No, you won't. Eventually, you'll die, and then that's it. People just move on. It gets to the point of great-grandfather, great-grandson territory, and they don't even know who the hell you were. Like I said, my great-grandfather could be buried in there. I don't know. I don't know my great-grandparents. I don't know my great-great-grandparents. You only care about your mum and dad and your grandma and grandpa. And maybe at a push, some people, if they had their children really young, their great-grandma and great-grandfather. That's it. But then after that, it just gets lost to time. So what's the point of paying for a funeral? People are dying to get into cemeteries. Yeah, very good. Very droll, very droll. My great-grandmother was born next to a Jack the Ripper site. That's cool. But do you see what I mean, though? Like, don't people think that funerals are just scams? Like, it's just another buying land on the moon bollocks. Or, here, buy some land. What's that bullshit that Paul Joseph Watson pushes? The whole become a lord in Scotland by buying 1 acre of land and now you're a lord. What a load of crap. That's a scam. That is basically the new buying land on the moon. It's just all nonsense, the whole thing. Like, funerals are up there with that, right? Are people getting what I know? Because I'm sure we've all been to funerals at one point. But it's a scam, right? I mean, I'm not saying that going to a funeral is bad, but I mean the actual payment to a funeral director company is a scam, right? Because you just know in 1,000 years' time, your body's going to be dug up by some time team wankers. Like, oh great, fucking Tony, the great grandson of Tony Robinson has fucking found me. He's going to bury me up. He's going to dig me up and put me in a fucking museum. Great. Or you're going to get a block of flats just built on top of the graveyard. Because the graveyard will just go to time. It will turn into this. All the graves will go. They'll be falling over. They'll just go. Because nothing lasts forever, right? It'll just go into the ground again. And then no one knows it's a graveyard. Like, remember, like, Richard III, was it? They found Richard III's body in Birmingham in a car park. Like, they found an old gravesite. Like, you know what I mean? It's just fucking bullshit, the whole thing, when you think about it. What's up with my camera? Cool. The Sentinels come in with his relatives part on. I wanted to be buried with my son, but cremated as the rest of my family all in one cemetery. But I guess no matter how or where we die, we go to them anyways. I hope so. Yeah, I agree. I believe that. Yeah, I think it's really beautiful, Shirley. Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah. But like, even if you're cremated, though, that is so true. I mean, you gotta, you know, especially if you believe in an afterlife, then it doesn't matter, does it? It's just a shell that you're leaving behind. But yet, you spend thousands of pounds giving it to people to just put you in the ground. And it's like, what if I just went, no, I'm not paying? what if I said, let's just say let's just say I had a son, right, and I died, and I just told my son, yeah, don't spend any money on a funeral or anything, I'll just die, okay? And my son will just take that as gospel, yeah, he'll go, yeah, I'll follow that order, yeah, okay, cool, brilliant, okay? And then I pop my clocks, yeah, and then they go, right, and then some funeral director comes over and goes, yeah, right, so this will be this amount of money to bury your father. And be like, nope. We go, what do you mean? Well, he said, don't worry about the money. He said, don't worry about burying him. And he goes, well, I can't do. What are they going to do? What's the state going to do? Are they just going to keep a dead body like on display forever? No, of course they won't. There's probably something like what happens when homeless people die in the street? Do they just leave them on the street? Like, what happens? No, they bring them to a crematorium, don't they? So it's, you're basically paying for something, especially if you're thinking of getting in a crematorium your future death. You're going to get a crematorium. So why are you paying for it? Do you see what I mean? So why instead of wasting your money on that, give your offspring more money by going, yeah, here's that. Or if you don't have any children, give it to a cause that you believe in. But why are you... the whole thing's bullshit when you think about it. They're going to have to bury you or cremate you either way. They can't just leave you unburied or whatever. Nightbot, please do share, guys. Average folks need to hear about this subtle tyranny. Yeah, it's the death tyranny. You're paying for something that will already happen anyway. You'll always get a bare minimum a cremation anyway. At bare minimum, you'll always get one. So why the fuck are you paying for it? It's total bullshit, the whole thing. So yeah, that's what people need to know about, guys, the con of funerals. But I'd instruct my son, just like, yeah, just walk out of the hospital, mate. Yeah, just go. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? They can't. It's not a crime, is it? Keep your money. Keep my money. You have it. Like, don't give it to these funeral director con artists. John O'Looney, you're not getting none of the money. Oh man. No, it's real though. I'm not even joking though. It's total bullshit, the whole thing. I mean, even you see, especially like where the fuck am I, guys? Like even where am I? Hanslow, fucking hell. I need to walk back. So even like you see, like especially like I noticed that travellers, you know, like Irish travellers, gypsies, they spend like incredible amounts of money on like their you know, when people die, yeah, and they have these ridiculous like blown over like graves with like everything, yeah. Like you might as well have like a TV and everything. Like it's like this, like a stadium, like a mini stadium they've built like for the grave, yeah. It's like that will go in, like I said, in like a few 100 years time. That's all just going to fall over and collapse because even though eventually it's going to get into great-grandson territory, and they won't even know who the fuck that is. Because they'll all have different names by then, because, you know, especially if they're girls, they'll have different surnames, and then that will, you know, that will carry on, right? And they won't know who the fuck that is in the thing, and then it will just be in that graveyard, especially go to Brockley as well, Brockley Cemetery, and this one here I just went to. It's all overgrown, all the writing's gone, you don't know who's there. It's total bullshit, the whole thing. You see, guys, you're getting a real knowledge here, guys. You see, Siraj and Jim are just wasting their time outside Parliament. You're getting a real deal here, guys. This is the real truth. Just take me to the cliffs and hurl me over. Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's what I'll do, guys. You can just throw me into the woods. And I would hope my body would just decompose, like go back to nature from where I came, yeah. But you know, like the fucking foxes are gonna get me. But then again, technically, once they sort of shit me out, it still goes back into nature anyway. So really, it's win-win. You're feeding the animals and you're going back to nature. So giving you tips here for free, guys. You know what I mean? Drop me in the sea like old Bin Laden. Yep. Toss them into the ocean. Become fish food. Feed Godzilla that is residing and waiting for us. So one day he'd be awoken to destroy this world. Yeah, pauper's grave. But why does it matter? This is what I'm saying, like, yeah, it's a pauper's grave, all the homeless people get, yeah, so what? You're dead. Why do you care? You're dead, you've moved on. It's like even if you take this from an atheist perspective, yeah, where atheists just believe once you're dead, and that's it, yeah? So why does it matter so why does it matter what your grave looks like? What does it matter then? See, even if you come this at any perspective, yeah, it's still a con. The whole like funeral directors thing is just a con. It's basically buying land on the moon. It's like, okay, so atheist, once you're dead, so why do you care about your funeral costs? Two, if you are religious in any way, again, your soul has moved on, it's a shell, why do you care? Like, are you upping like some other plane of existence, whether it be heaven or something else, or reincarnation, or whatever it is? Are you still looking back and going, oh man, I really wish I had a better grave. Oh, everyone's going to be laughing at me in heaven. You know what I mean? Come on, man. I couldn't be afford to be buried, hence cremation, sure. Yeah, okay. But why does it matter though? Why does it matter whether you're buried or cremated? I don't like this is like my argument. Like if anything, that's a good thing. Fine. Just that you can pass on more of your wealth to whomever, right? So why does it matter? This is what I'm saying. Like, I mean, once you're dead, you don't care about money anymore, do you? Because you're dead, right? Unless there's some kind of monetary system in heaven, is there that I'm not aware of? But even so, you can't exactly transfer your bank. Yeah, I'm just going to give a bank transfer from Halifax to the Heaven Bank, please. Yeah. God, that would be sad, isn't it? If there was a fucking monetary banking system in heaven. Surely that's hell, right? Probably get a better interest rate in hell. There wouldn't be any fiat currency. It wouldn't be, even in hell, there wouldn't be a printing press. It would all be backed by like hell's gold or some shit like that. Like it'll be a fairer banking system in hell. That's going to be the irony, guys. That's the clown world it's going to reveal. Yeah, guys, don't fall for that fucking shit that Paul Joseph Watson pushes. That fucking buying land in Scotland, buy 1 foot of land, buy 1 square foot of land, and you become a lord. I mean, for real, who the fuck falls for that? I remember, like, my aunt, yeah. I mean, I'm not being funny, yeah. This is why she's like had 3 fucking jabs or something, yeah. Some people, what do they say? A fool and their money are easily parted, right? And it's like some people will just never learn, and they'll always be gullible. They'll always be primed for a poaching from a hustler or a con man. It's like my aunt, she's got at least 3 jabs here, probably got the whole shit. Always gets ill compared to my mum, her sister. No jabs, rarely ill, yeah? Right? She gets jabs, always ill, yeah? I remember back in the day when the internet was first became readily available to the public, she bought land on the moon. I'm not bullshitting you. She actually bought land on the moon. That was the first con ever on the internet. Do people remember? Do people know what I'm talking about? Do people remember this? It even made the news because obviously there's cons galore on the internet now, yeah. But this, because it was the first ever con, and the internet was rare for the public to experience, it actually made mainstream media of buying land on the moon. And even then, when I was only about 8 years old or something like that, however old I was, yeah, even then I remember thinking, that doesn't sound right. So even an 8-year-old was more intelligent than my aunt. That's, some people are just forever, they'll always be like suckers. They get put on these suckers lists, like that. If you ever notice, if you ever stayed around someone's house for whatever reason, and you see they get tons of junk mail, like, the ones that say, you've won £5,000, or like, because I used to deal with this sort of stuff in one of my previous jobs, yeah. No, I wasn't the con man, I was the one, like, actually, like, looking into this sort of stuff, yeah. And so anyone that basically falls for one con, if they fall for one con, they are put on what is known as a suckers list. So then, all of the other con artists, they basically share info on who's a sucker and who actually fell for a con, and they probably sell it to each other. Like, I've got my, I've conned, if one con artist can say, look, I've conned 100 people, and I've got their addresses because they're just constant suckers for life, yeah. And another con artist will have a list as well, and basically they all sell it to each other. And then suddenly the person who's the sucker gets inundated with these items of mail that say, open now, you've won £10,000, you've won a holiday, you've won all this. Like, nothing comes for free, guys, in life. That's just not how life works, yeah? And people fall for this sort of stuff. And I personally just thinking, I just thought of it like years ago, when I was like in my late teens, thinking like, why do people pay for funerals? Like, why? Like, what's the point? Like, I've seen paupers' grave. I know they exist. I know they're freebie graves, right? Obviously, they probably just cremate you now, because obviously, you know, the cremation machine is just more available now, and it's like the furnaces and all that gets more readily available, and it's like, so what? So why do people pay for? Like, this is the thing. Okay, I can understand maybe a funeral, an actual burial, yeah? But there is no, in my opinion, there is no rhyme or reason why people pay for cremations, because they're going to get a cremation anyway. I mean, the only thing I can see that could possibly be different is that they probably throw a bunch of dead people into a furnace all at once, so you don't know who the ashes belong to, right? But when you do it separately and it's put into an urn, that's the only difference. But yet you pay thousands of pounds for just going one at a time and putting it into an urn. That's a scam, guys. That is extortion. You pay the church and the machine, both linked. Hey man, hey, I tell you this, yeah, right now, yeah, especially the Catholic Church, they don't need any more money. Okay, they've got golden toilets at the Vatican. They've got their own police. They don't need any more money. They drink from gold goblets. Okay, don't tell me about any of this crap, yeah. Right, I've got to get out my sat-nav, guys. I don't know where the fuck I am. Oh, that was the Thames. Cool. No disrespect, you guys are useless trying to help me with directions. Like, I don't know what it is. You guys just become kind of retarded when I'm trying to find directions to something. Here we go. It's a 15-minute walk. And I think it's just simply a straight line that way.
Twickenham may close within 1 hour of when you arrive.
Is it just a straight line? It is just a straight line. It's literally just down that road. Cool. So yeah, once I get the house fixed, guys, it's basically just going to end the stream. So I hope you have found my chat entertaining, at least. Entertaining, but yet hilarious at the same time. I should do my stand-up basically based on that. I was thinking about doing stand-up, because I've seen the state of comedy, guys, and honest to God, like even if I bombed, I would be on par with these people. Yeah, like, do you know what they are fucking terrible. The state of comedy in this country, at least mainstream comedy, is just diabolical. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, there is a laugh every now and then, but my God, I've seen them. And it's funny because there's two weird things as well. One, all of the comics I've been to at the moment, yeah. So I'm going to a lot of stand-up venues recently, and no matter where I go, a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them mention that they say something on the lines of, "Oh, my psychiatrist or my mental health expert told me I should do stand-up." So this seems to be a common practice with the NHS, is that they recommend people with to go and do stand-up. If people watched my show last week, I played a video of a Brazilian trans deaf mute person attempting to sing Whitney Houston's "I Will Always Love You." And no disrespect to him, it sounded like there was a dog in a room that was starving for some food. That's what it sounded like, the howls of like hunger, right? He could not sing, right? Because obviously he's deaf and mute and he's never heard his voice before, so he can't obviously, change pitch and stuff like that. It just sounds like a dog. It sounds like a Labrador dog that is dying for some food, yeah, from Pedigree Chum, yeah. That's what it sounds like. But yet they all clap and go, "This is wonderful." So at some point, I reckon a mental health person went to them, "You should do that." Now, it makes everyone else, well, if they're not laughing, that is, because it, even though it's horrible, it kind of was comical at the same time. But it basically tries to make everyone else feel good in the room by virtue signaling, going, "God, we're so good, we're so progressive. We have a trans mute deaf person singing in Brazilians Have I Got Talent," or whatever, yeah? And really, I mean, go on my Odyssey, go on Delivering Liberty's Odyssey channel, yeah? Let me just put it in. And you will see the video I'm talking about. I think I've called it, The New Insanity, the new insane virtue signal. Trans deaf mute person sings Whitney Houston's "I Will Always Love You." Yeah. So it's on there once the thing. Yeah, there it is. There's an Odyssey channel. You'll find it on there, right? So it's only like it's a new video. It should be the top first 3 or first 4, whatever. So basically, what they're doing is they're exploiting that person who, in my opinion, has mental problems, in the sense that they think that they're a woman when they're not a woman, and they think that they can sing when they can't sing because they're deaf and mute. They're told to go on shows like that to boost your confidence or whatever, and then it makes all of these hollow, soulless, regressive, woke types feel better by going, "Oh, wow, isn't this amazing?" It makes them feel good. And it just feels like they're exploiting this individual who is very confused and saying that, "Yeah, you're great, and basically just lying to them. Say, "Oh yeah, you're a woman, yeah. And all of this, you're a beautiful woman, yeah." Even though he looks like about 6'7" and stacked as well. He looked like he used to do weights or something. And it's just like, this isn't helping. And then if you dare say that what I'm saying, that no, it's quite the opposite, I'm then punished for telling the truth. And it's like, are they telling these new comics, the NHS, are they saying, "Yeah, go do stand up"? And then I've seen some of their guys. It's not pretty to watch, because some of them are really like mentally, they just have mental issues, and everyone kind of pity laughs them, and that's just like, and it's just not funny. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like really kind of awkward to watch, and it's like. But then they don't tell them that, and then they just continue to get gigs, out of virtue signaling, and that's why the state of comedy is the way it is, because you're not allowed to be funny. Take care, Mansby. I'll be ending the stream soon anyway. That's what it just feels like anyway. Rather boil me bag than listen to madness. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. It's crazy shit that's going on. But yeah, I was actually considering it. Mansby, take care. Yeah, take care of yourself. See you later. Let's read some of the comments. It made everyone. He made everybody else think at least my singing is better than that. No, you're not getting old, Mansby. It's that they are shit. That's why, like, yeah, Egg is terrible. A lot of them. A lot of them use it as well. That's the first thing I noticed. That a lot. So I've been to too many different venues for it to be a coincidence with different acts. So it's got to be some kind of policy of the NHS that they're telling people with mental health problems to go and basically kind of make spectacles of themselves on stage. Like, not funny spectacles either. Like, just awkward and ha 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 ha, yeah, yeah. You know, like, that kind of, like... Second thing is, they use the platform of everyone's kind of made to watch them because they're trying to be funny people. They use it also for a political outlet. So I remember there was this... I went to the Amersham Arms in New Cross The Amersham Arms is a pub. And there apparently was this well-known comedian. I didn't know who the fuck she was. Well, I don't watch TV anymore, so I don't know. But again, she used, like, this... She was headlining because when they're playing small venues, they use that to practice, right? Practice their new material, and her new, and I use that very loosely, her new topical, that's what I should say, topical material was just slagging off Nigel Farage. Now, I'm not a fan of Nigel Farage, right? But these people, like, I don't like Farage, but they dislike Farage in a different reason, or I would say an inaccurate reason, a wrong reason to dislike him. And they're basically, it's like Elon Musk. It's like, I don't like Elon Musk, but the average kind of woke progressive person dislikes him for the wrong reason. They'll go, oh, he's a capitalist. He bought Twitter and made it worse, and oh, you know, and all this, like, he's edgy, and it's just like, no, this guy is not a capitalist, he's a corporatist, he totally relies on the state to prop up his businesses. So they're disliking someone for the wrong reasons, for, like, childish, cartoonish reasons. So with Farage, this apparent well-known comedian that goes on to all of these panel shows and talks and, you know, whatever, like, probably live at the Apollo, all that guff, yeah? And she basically used an entire 5 minutes of a segment, not the whole thing, she was on for about 15 minutes, I'd say, maybe, but 5 minutes of that was basically used to just slate how, basically, oh, I don't like Nigel Farage because he gave us Brexit. That was it. That was the basically, I don't like him because he hurt my feels. And it's like, right, okay, it's not exactly topical, is it? This is like, their mindset is still in 2016 land after the referendum result. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, what's this? My sausages listening, Sean. What the hell are you talking about? What? My sausages listening. Thanks, Sean. What does that mean? My sausage is listening, Sean. Are you sure? Put the phone next to them so they can hear better. I'll tell you what, put some earphones in, and then like make the sausages wear the earphones so they can hear me better. Okay, what am I reading? Bloody heck, I've just burnt on my sausages listening function. Oh, I see. You've just burnt your sausages because you've been listening to me. Oh, okay, cool. I got you. Well, is that my fault? Or is that your fault? You should have been watching the sausages, shouldn't you? That's not my fault. You've got burnt sausages. Be honest, guys, can you really burn a sausage, though? Think about it. Like, you'll burn the outer kind of casing, but once you remove that, the sausage is intact, right? Can you really burn a sausage? See, this is another philosophical question I'm asking people. But you see, you don't get Siraj and Jim asking these questions. These are tough questions, guys. These are deep philosophical questions that need to be asked. I ask the questions that no one else are thinking. Yeah, it'd be fine, surely. Just, butter it up with some butter or put some mayonnaise on it and just hank it in your mouth. Anyway, look, I can see the Halford sign coming up, guys, so I'm going to end the stream in about 5 minutes. Probably less than 5 minutes, actually. So I thought I'd just do this little stream as I'm walking down. I've actually gone off track quite a bit. You've actually delayed my getting to Halford. And I'm going to meet someone later as well. I'm going to meet someone after this as well. So, yeah. So, guys, I'm back on tomorrow at 12 noon on UNN. If you guys are interested, do follow UNN. Yeah, what time is it now? Oh, you should watch it now, guys, because UNN's on now, actually. It's live now. I don't know, I think it's Old Man Corfron. Vince Corfron is basically UNN's version of Grandpa Simpson, especially the caption of where Old Man shouts at Cloud. Because that's kind of become relevant again, because there's all the chemtrails. So technically the meme has been brought back to life. Old man shouts at cloud. That's basically things call from. So if you want to see your old man shouting at you, cop on to, unless it's gone past 8, is it? He does 7 till 8, and then 8 o'clock David Clues comes on. So what time is it? Yeah, so guys, right now, as soon as I finish the stream, jump onto that link, UNN's link here, and you will watch the most oldest, angriest man shout at you, saying, "We need to fight these bastards! And then he's smoking about 10,000 fags as well. So watch that, guys. For this is UNN peak UNN. So watch that for an hour of an old man shouting into a mic saying that we need to get these bastards. We need to fight. Right? You're gonna get that, and then at 8 p.m. it will be David Clues. I think he's actually got he's got an actual. Oh, what was his name? Oh God, Griffin. What do you call his name? David Griffin? No. What was his name? The former BNP leader. Nick, that's it. Yeah, Nick Griffin. That's it. He's the special guest. Now, I'm not a person who has ever been a fan or a member of the BNP personally, because I just see them as another form of socialism. BNP were, or are, there is still BNP technically. they're just another form of socialists. So that's why I personally have never supported them. However, I'm sure that he is an interesting individual, and I would not bar him from anything. Like I said, I don't support that, but interesting nonetheless. So yeah, check that out at 8 p.m. in 45 minutes. But like I said, go and see the angriest man ever, Grandpa Abe Simpson. That is basically, that really does get me down rather than anything else. Please do support me in that way. So I'm going to Halfords. His car's been nicked. His car's been impounded by the state, and it's going to be auctioned off. And I think what's going to be hilarious, so I'm going to suggest to him, why don't we just buy your car back to you from wherever the police auction is? So maybe that's we're going to have him on tomorrow to determine what's happened with Piers Corbyn's, the Piers Mobile, the ULEZ Mobile. So yeah, that should be quite funny. Hopefully he's not got back to me yet, but let's see. And then Wednesday I'll be in Parliament Square at 12 noon, so come along for that. And then Thursday I'll be doing the show. And then Friday I'll be at the US Embassy at 12 noon. Friday evening will be the Baker Street Weatherspoons with big UNN gathering, big socials. So do come along, especially people like Shirley. Do come along. And Friday's the big event outside the Ministry of Defence now, instead of Trafalgar Square. So come along and support us, guys. So thanks very much for watching, guys. And the Nick Griffin interview with David Clues. So it could be quite interesting. Like I said, I'm not really interested in his philosophy personally, but I'll listen to it anyway on replay probably. Because obviously he is quite, regardless if you like him or dislike him, he is quite an interesting individual. So yeah, take care, guys, and thank you very much for watching. Take care, guys. See you later.